Ay, Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline. As always, if you're new here, please consider dropping a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all of my most recent content. Also, guys, I do have channel membership available now. If you would like to, there will be a join button on this video, as well as a link in the description to become a Hotline Hero. Of course, you don't have to, but any little amount counts. The support is very much appreciated, those who have done it thus far. I will have a scrolling screen at the end of this video shouting out all of our current channel members, so I very much appreciate you guys as always. So anyways, I've been thinking about this for a while, guys. I've been thinking about doing a video on this Jack Sparrow DX15 here, and I've just been wondering to myself, where can I fit this in? There's been so many videos done on this figure. Should I even bother recording it? And honestly, just recently, the opportunity has now presented itself where I can not only talk about this figure, but the recently teased DX Artisan Jack Sparrow incoming from Hot Toys. So I thought, what better time than now to take a video of this with some better camera quality. I know a lot of the videos on this are a bit older. I believe this figure came out around 2018, so it's been a minute. So I figured might as well record an updated review, kind of share my thoughts on the new DX Artisan, and hopefully by the end of this video, I can answer this question for not only myself, but for you guys, and that's, should I sell the DX15 in favor of the DX Artisan? So this is not gonna be our typical review, guys. We're gonna skip out on some things. We won't do any posability or anything like that. We're just gonna take a look at this figure. We're gonna look at all the accessories. We're gonna see if it holds up. And then again, I'm gonna share my final thoughts on what I think you guys should do. You probably saw it in the thumbnail. Is it worth the upgrade to the DX Artisan figure? Should you ditch this one? Like I said, we're gonna answer that question now in this video. Really quickly though, guys, I do wanna highlight how beautiful the original DX boxes are from Hot Toys. They really put a lot more thought into it than they do now, in my opinion. It's a bit unfortunate. I'm very excited to see what they do with the DX Artisan packaging once we get the first DX Artisan figure. The WB 100 Wonder Woman packaging was very nice. However, it definitely was not on this level. So I'm gonna show you why right now, guys. Let's take a look around the packaging here. So as you can see, we have this beautiful like black and gold theming throughout. It looks very, very nice, very classy, very elegant. Once again, guys, this is the DX15, not the DX06, because there have been two DX releases for our friend Captain Jack Sparrow here. So definitely keep that in mind. This is the newer of the two. This is the DX15. Let me pick up this massive box here and take a look at the side. As you can see, we do have the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales branding there with that awesome golden shark there at the top and the bottom. We have a nice little hammerhead there in gold as well. DX15 branding on the side there. Blank on the bottom, but you do see that gold pull tab, and I'll show you what that goes to briefly here. And then moving around to the other side, you do have that, what I guess is supposed to be a sparrow representing Jack the Sparrow. Very cool indeed. Just overall, just so elegant and so nicely done, and the attention to detail is really incredible. Now, when you open this up, another unique experience with these DX figures, this one actually comes with this little decoder, and it does come out, and let me put this to the side here and pull this up. As you can see, this is really just Hot Toys at their best when it comes to packaging and telling a story. If we get even closer, you can see all the different little divots and details. This is textured, guys. Although this is like a thicker like cardboard slash plastic piece, it's textured. It's really nicely done. You can see we have that Dead Men Tell No Tales logo there on the back. Just overall, just really classy and really nicely done. Now, if I remember correctly, if we move it to the side here, you could see that there's a icon here that you kind of line that decoder up with, and I do believe it's this right here that you hold that up to. I tried to do it before the video started. It doesn't come out on camera, but just know it's a thing. And I just wanted to let you guys know that because that's very nice attention to detail from Hot Toys, and I wish they still did stuff like this now. So I just wanted to show that to you guys. You do have that same Pirates of the Caribbean Jack Sparrow logo font there. Really nicely done once again. But give me 1 second really quickly. I'm going to adjust the box back into frame and show you guys the first layer of this DX packaging. So as I was saying, I do want to pull this top layer off so I can show you guys the first layer here in the packaging. I will zoom in just a little bit. I'm sorry if the camera shakes a little bit. I just want to get a closer up shot so you can see how these DX figures are laid out. You can see we have a description of the extra faceplate here. You can see Jack smirking, kind of hiding inside the packaging there. Of course, we have our Jack Sparrow description right here describing this figure here laid in front of us. just overall, just very elegantly done, guys. I just love this DX packaging. I know some of you guys throw your boxes out, but I feel like the ones that you don't throw out is this right here, because this situation right here we have going on is absolutely awesome, and I love this. So let me pull up this top layer here, because you will see some more underneath as you reveal what's under there. You can see we have all of our accessories here, multiple flintlock pistols, his compass, a die-cast sword, all kinds of stuff. Of course, we're going to take a look at that in the accessory portion of the video. But really quickly, let me pause again and we'll take a look at the next layer of the packaging. And here we are with that bottom layer of the packaging. And as you can see, there's quite an incredible display base, a storytelling display base here in the bottom. Now keep this in mind though, because when we talk about value proposition for the DX15 versus this new DX Artisan, this one is definitely going to come up in conversation, which we'll talk about once we get to the accessory portion here next. I will bring that up. Again, guys, this is not our typical unboxing that I do on the channel. Of course, I'm going to switch this up a little bit because we're going to talk about another figure while we're doing some showcasing of this figure. So without further ado, guys, let me take the figure and all the accessories out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look at all of the details. So guys, just starting off, and honestly, this is starting off pretty strong. In terms of the details on these hands, these are really some of the best hands, the most detailed hands, in my opinion, that Hot Toys has ever done. But if we take a look here, you can even see like the tattoos on the knuckles, the little rings, the many different rings that Jack wears. This is actually real fabric here on the hands. Again, just really nicely detailed. And for a figure from 2018, I feel like this holds up incredibly well. To the point where I'm happy to say I feel like, again, these are some of the best hands that Hot Toys has ever done. I'll get a little bit closer so you can see all the details on the fabric and the rings and everything. Just absolutely gorgeous. I was really blown away when I opened this package up and was greeted by something so nicely done. Just really a testament to how well Hot Toys used to do on the DX stuff and what they're capable of, especially with the DX Artisan line. Very nicely done once again, but let's move on to the next accessory. Next, we have our two flintlock pistols that Jack comes with. As you can see, masterful weathering, really nice paintwork. If we get even closer, you can see these are really nicely painted. Again, this stuff is just really holding up to today's standards when it comes to Hot Toys' best work. And again, we kind of consider that when we're talking about this new DX Artisan figure. Is it worth the upgrade? Well, as you look at these accessories, that's going to help you make your decision. And again, I'll talk about this more as we get to the figure portion of the video, but so far, guys, you can see what I'm talking about. The DX15 is absolutely no slouch when it comes to details. Next, we have our dagger here. Again, some really nice weathering. As you can see, it does come with a scabbard to put the dagger in. This is really nicely done. I think they did such a great job at not only making this look like real metal, but you can see this looks like a really nice wood handle on there as well. This is just really nicely done. I will show you on video. Sorry, that's backwards. It does go into the scabbard really nicely. It's a little tight as it goes in, but really nicely done. Even the scabbard itself has some nice weathering details on it. It is plastic, but it does kind of look like a real like leather type material. So again, really nicely done. Next, we have Jack's cutlass. And guys, believe it or not, this is real die cast. You can see there the metal there shining in the light above me. This is absolutely masterfully done. If we get even closer, you can see the finish on that blade is awesome. It looks like there's a real edge on it. As we get down closer to the handle, you can see again that great weathering to make it look like real weathered metal. Just absolutely beautifully done. You do have a scabbard for this as well. And I will show you, just like the dagger, this does go in the scabbard here. And there you have your sheathed sword. This looks absolutely awesome. I was very pleased to see a die-cast weapon that's not super heavy. This is perfect, and I'm so glad Hot Toys went this route. Next, we have our bottle of rum here. Now, as you can see, for all intents and purposes, it's nicely done, but it is a very flat-looking plastic. Nothing too special about it. If we turn it to the underside, you can see it's a bit concave there. And then in the top, it is uncorked, it looks like. So pretty basic, but nicely done overall. Now, what I really want to draw your attention to is this bottle here. Now, as you guys can see, if you're familiar with what happens in the film, we do have the black pearl housed inside the bottle here. And this is easily one of the coolest accessories ever, period. I'm happy to say that. This is so incredibly done. You can see the clear blue resin in there looking awesome. And if you guys remember in the film, you know, they open up the bottle, they put it in the ocean, and it takes a little bit, and at first they're a little worried because they don't see the black pearl immediately go to its original size. However, eventually it does happen, and this is a very memorable scene, so I'm really glad that Hot Toys included this. Stuff like this I really hope to see included with the new Artisan figure, because these accessories are just way too good. As you can see, it is kind of corked and covered on the top. A little wax seal there, it looks like, but just really nicely done. Again, that clear resin is so neat. So one of the best accessories for sure that I've ever seen from Hot Toys. So cool. Next, I'm going through Jack's effects. If you remember in the first film, Commodore, my effects, please. We're going through all the effects here. As you can see, guys, this is definitely something that I think could be improved with the new version. I would like to see this out of real leather. This is not real leather, this is pleather. It's not terrible, but I think it could be done a little bit better in my opinion. I do like that weathering there painted on the top. It does look like it's worn and not some sort of fresh piece of material, but I think if this was done in real leather and it was fit a little bit better to his head, it would definitely be a welcome upgrade in my opinion. Going along with the hat, we also have Jack's little telescope here. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't collapse on itself. That would have been a nice detail to kind of have him partially opening it as if he was about to fully open it like he does in the film. As you can see, though, there is a little lens in there. I think that looks pretty cool in my opinion. And it's actually weathered pretty nicely as well. So definitely a really nicely done basic accessory. And now we have a very iconic, important accessory for Captain Jack Sparrow here, and that's Jack's compass. And you know, the compass always points where Jack needs to be. So that's very cool. This is included. This does have a little latch. I have it partially unlatched just to show you in the video. Be very careful. It is plastic there, but it does open up. You can see some weathering in there. Just really nicely done. We'll get even closer up. Just a beautiful looking accessory and a very important one. If you guys remember in Dead Men Tell No Tales, Jack is swinging around on his finger when he realizes that he outsmarted Captain Salazar. So a very iconic and important accessory, and I'm a huge fan of this. And next, these are very simple but pretty cool. These are all the different little idols, I guess you would call them, that attach to Jack's outfit. You can see there's like a little, I don't know if that's a chicken foot. I don't quite remember from the film what that is. We have a tooth, we have a lock of hair, and then we have whatever this is with all these different little pieces of metal here. Definitely really nicely done. It's not real metal, but of course that's what it's symbolizing. Nicely done. Obviously these are nice layered pieces to throw on the outfit, and I think they're really cool. So again, definitely a lot of attention to detail in this set, and this is definitely a good indication of that. So let's move on to the next accessory. Next, we have our little wanted poster here for Captain Jack Sparrow. As you can see, it says wanted Jack Sparrow, a bounty of 200 pounds. Well, obviously a lot of people tried to claim this, but it was the day that they almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow. And now flipping around to the back, as you can see, it is a crinkled up paper here to kind of make it look real and kind of in the era. So this is really nicely done. It is just a piece of paper, but it looks good. Last but certainly not least, we have our display base. Now I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this video, guys, that this is very special. And I do think after seeing the little teaser that we've seen thus far of this incoming DX Artisan Jack Sparrow, I don't think it's going to include this display base. Now, this might be a factor that sways a lot of people because this is really, in my opinion, one of the best display bases that Hot Toys has ever done, period. It's really that special. It's got that much detail. I don't have the mast installed on the back that has the pirate flag on it. I will show you guys that towards the end of the video, but I wanted to get closer up on the main portion of the stand so I could really show you guys all the incredible detail work that's been done on this base. Now, as you can see, we do have a Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. I do prefer this over it just saying Jack Sparrow. I know some people might want to argue that, but for me, I do like that it's talking about the film that this is in. Of course, you could always get a custom plate over from Adam Falk from Display Hero. Shout out to Adam for a cheap price, and you could put that over. But for me, I do like that it says Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. I do still have the plastic on mine. I haven't had a chance to peel that off. So mine's not scratched up, it's just the plastic on there. But taking a look at the resin waves here, I love how there's kind of a crashing point to the waves. You can see that white paint there at the top. Just absolutely beautiful, and there's a bit of a translucent effect on that plastic. It looks very real in person, guys. It's actually absolutely incredible. You can see that undead shark. You guys know the Pirates of the Caribbean world is full of undead beings, and this shark is definitely one of them. As you can see, he's missing a big chunk out of his head there. Definitely very gruesome looking, but beautifully painted, beautifully sculpted. As you can see, the shark teeth are really gross and gritty. There's some gross little like undead flesh there in his mouth. You have a cannon barrel here. This is obviously like supposed to represent the side of a ship. You've got like sea urchins and everything covering the cannon barrel. Some really nice patinaed look right there, as you could see. that kind of greenish color that shows like a patinaed copper or brass. Really nice attention to detail. You can see all that different algae and everything attached to the side of the boat here. Just really beautifully and masterfully done. Again, this is easily one of the best display bases that Hot Toys has done. Flipping it around to the back, you do see the back of the cannon barrel. And this is something you normally would not see because it's the back of the base, but Hot Toys still went all out on this. Just absolutely incredibly done, guys. And when I say this is one of the best bases done, I say that with absolute ease because really it's that good, especially if it's coming off on camera. Imagine how good it looks in person. Flipping it to the underside, you do have your 2017 Hot Toys limited all rights reserved. So that's when this figure was created. So I can't remember, I said 2018 in the beginning of this video. I don't know if it released in 2018. I think it did. I could be wrong, but it does say 2017 on the bottom of this base. So absolutely beautiful. Let me grab the other pieces of the base very quickly and then we'll move on to the figure. So like I said, you do have your other two pieces that attach to the base. You do have your tattered pirate flag here, as you can see. I love how this skull is so weathered. It has weathering all over it, and you have the Jack Sparrow logo right there. Just really nicely done. As you can see, it's the same on both sides. We also do have our mast here, as you can see, all the different little barnacles and everything. It's kind of painted so it looks wet, as you can see. Just beautifully done, and I cannot wait to assemble this for you guys towards the end of this video. But with that being said now, guys, let me grab Jack Sparrow himself. We'll take a look at the figure and we'll see if it's worth keeping or worth buying now that we know that there's a new DX Artisan Jack on the horizon. Now here we are with the DX15 Jack Sparrow from Dead Men Tell No Tales. Now, of course, as always, I'll give you guys a quick 360 tour around the body so you can get an idea of the proportions, the tailoring, and everything that goes along with that. And again, guys, I mentioned this earlier, but I think this holds up really well. I think this looks absolutely beautiful. We have to get closer up on this one though, guys, so you can see all the different details on the outfit. As you can see, there's just layers upon layers upon layers. Looking at the belts there around the waist, they're all different. They all have some weathering on them. They have a specialized buckle on each one of them. You can see the print on his undercoat here with all the different worn buttons and everything. Just so much detail was put into this figure. And again, when we're talking about some of the best stuff that Hot Toys has ever done, this is definitely up there. And once again, guys, that comes into our conversation of, should you buy this DX15 now once the price is about to dip a little bit because there's a new one coming out? Or should you wait and try to fight through Sideshow or other means to get the DX Artisan version? Now, guys, the biggest thing with this one for me, and you can very clearly see it here, and of course, this isn't styled at all, so that's definitely a fault of mine. But just pulling it out of the box, you do have this older style, like nylon rooted hair from Hot Toys. This isn't wool. The newer version, guys, you will have wool rooted hair on the sides. And believe it or not, you have plastic dreads on this one, and you always have with all of the Jack Sparrows from Hot Toys. The new one actually has rooted dreads as well. And that to me is huge. It's a massive improvement when it comes to technology for rooted hair figures. I'm actually very surprised that Hot Toys has gone and done this. We've only seen a very small teaser from Hot Toys. However, it really looks fantastic from what we could see. It's definitely a pretty big undertaking for Hot Toys, so I'm very, very excited about that. I cannot believe that they've gone that route, but it's very exciting to me. So for me, guys, really the biggest issue I have with this figure, and it's a very small one considering how fantastic this figure is how the rooted hair looks. And of course, the plastic dreads mixed with the rooted hair. It's a little bit weird. I've actually seen some people go as far as to cut this off. I personally wouldn't do that. It's definitely something you could style yourself. However, just keep that in mind. In terms of the head sculpt though, guys, this is spot on Johnny Depp. There's no denying that. It looks smack like him. So I'm very curious to see what they do with the DX Artisan sculpts. Are they just gonna copy this one for the most part with some minor upgrades? Or are we gonna get some new swap out faceplates? Now that's the other thing that comes into mind, guys. Once again though, guys, I do just wanna highlight how beautifully done this figure is. Look at all of that weathering there at the bottom of the coat. This is wired, as you can see, and actually some pretty decent wiring, because you know Hot Toys hasn't always been the best with that. But once again, being that this figure is from 2017/2018, I haven't confirmed that for this video. I think it's 2018 it released. However, being this figure is that age, I think it's so beautifully done. It really is a testament to Hot Toys at their best. Again, you can see weathering throughout. The tailoring is beautiful. The way the coat fits and all the rest of the clothing is layered. It just looks really, really nice, as you can see. Just beautifully done. As we move down, you can see some nice weathering on the boots. These are fabric, which is great to see. We do have pleather on this figure. That's another thing, guys, that I didn't bring up. All these different belts and everything, and the hat, as I mentioned earlier. When you're calling something DX Artisan, give us real leather. It can be done very easily, especially on this figure. There's no crazy colors or anything for them to have a difficulty with matching the leather to the colors. Come on, Hot Toys. And when you're gonna call something Artisan, go all out. You didn't do it with the Anakin, and that's very unfortunate. So I really wanna see real leather on a DX Artisan version of this. I really wanna see real leather on a DX Artisan version of this.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Well, holy crap, guys. This video really took a turn that I did not expect, but in a good way. If you couldn't already tell when you were watching most of the video, it was filmed prior to these actually being officially announced. I say these because we actually got 3 SKUs for this new DX Jack Sparrow from Hot Toys. Super exciting. In terms of my reaction of seeing the DX Artisan Jack Sparrow here, this is really the ultimate Jack Sparrow figure that we've all wanted for a long time. It may not be from the film that we wanted, however, this is absolutely gorgeous. The rooted dreads, the cloth bandana on his head. If you guys saw the meme I made, the real leather boots, the real leather belts, they really pulled out all the stops for this one. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm definitely going for the DX Artisan. I told you guys I'm going all out for this one. I'll do whatever it takes to get it, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. This is a 10 out of 10 prototype in my opinion. As long as they don't mess up those dreads and it looks like the final product, I think we're in for a huge treat. Here's the big picture, guys. This is everything it comes with. Something I'd like to note, you do not get the rum bottle, the wanted poster, or that shark base that comes with the DX15. However, they have added this lantern, so that's really cool. I'm definitely glad to see something new. Moving on, as I mentioned, there are 2 other additional SKUs. We do have a sculpted dread version with the rooted hair as well, also under the DX name. The reason there are 2 SKUs, one of them has this deluxe base with the wheel, the other one does not. Guys, this is making it really difficult to choose the DX15 now. I really did not expect to get 3 SKUs. I expected probably 2, but 3 really makes it difficult to go for this DX15 now. Unless you could really get this DX15 for a super cheap price, I feel like this kind of kills that, and I hate to say it because I love the DX15. However, looking at the value proposition, as I mentioned earlier, it makes it extremely difficult to recommend the DX15 when there's 4,000 units of the DX Artisan version, and the rest of them are just going up for regular pre-order. So I would say, guys, as much as I hate to say it, it looks like this new DX set is the winner. If you do like the old base, I totally understand. The DX15 will probably drop in price significantly now because it basically just got killed by this new version. I still love my DX15, however, I'm now considering getting 2 of these after seeing that it basically comes with all the same stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What version are you picking up? Where are you going to go to grab it from? Is it Sideshow, Jeremy Costa from Plastic Hero Collectibles, all these different resellers? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you to give a fresh look on the DX15. Take care. I'll see you next time, and I'm out.